In the retail banking world, one of the most consistent profit centers is the psychological pull of the premium credit card. Millions of middle-class consumers carry these dark metal cards as markers of status, often unaware that the product itself is a highly engineered tool designed to influence their spending behavior. Before it was a status symbol, plastic money solved a logistical crisis. Banks used to be the only gatekeepers of your cash, and when they closed for the weekend or a holiday, your money was effectively locked away. The industry needed a way to make banking a 24-hour service. That solution arrived in 1967 in England. The first automated teller machine was installed at a Barclays branch, allowing customers to withdraw their own cash without ever speaking to a bank clerk. While the machine was a British innovation, its inventor, John Shepherd Barron, was actually born in India. He was born in 1925 in the hill station of Shillong, Meghalaya, before eventually moving to the UK to develop the technology that would change global finance. What began as a tool for convenience has evolved into a complex financial matrix. Today, the cards we use to access our money have split into two categories, one designed for utility and another optimized for the accumulation of debt. A debit card functions as a hard stop. It only allows you to spend the cash you currently possess in your account. To complete a transaction, it requires a PIN, adding a layer of security and a moment of friction that forces you to acknowledge the purchase. Credit cards remove that friction. You are spending the bank's capital instead of your own. To make spending as seamless as possible, credit transactions are often authorized with a simple tap or swipe, bypassing the need for a PIN on most retail purchases. Banks often set credit limits far higher than a user's monthly income. When a user sees a high limit on their phone, their perception of affordability immediately shifts. This leads to overspending on gifts, dining, or luxury items, fueled by a desire to maintain a certain social image. Banks offer a window of roughly 30 to 40 days to pay back the borrowed money without interest. But missing that deadline triggers a cascade of penalty fees and high interest charges that turn a single impulse purchase into a long-term liability. This behavior isn't an accident, it's the goal. Banks issue high limits to the middle class because they anticipate that cultural pressure will lead to a missed payment, locking the consumer into a cycle of high-interest debt that fuels the bank's bottom line. If you look at your card, you'll notice a secondary logo alongside your bank's name. Companies like Visa, MasterCard, or RuPay are the hidden infrastructure of this entire system. These companies exist because banks are fiercely protective. An SBI machine cannot talk directly to an HDFC account because no bank wants to share its private customer lists with a direct competitor. Networks act as middlemen, verifying funds and sending approval signals so banks can settle transactions without exposing proprietary data. For this service, Visa and MasterCard take a cut, controlling 80% of the global market in a massive duopoly. In many regions, consumers request a Visa card because the logo carries an international premium connotation. They choose the foreign network for the perceived status, even if they never intend to use the card outside their home country. This preference for a foreign logo results in billions of rupees in processing fees leaving the local economy, flowing instead into the accounts of massive tech corporations in the US. Every time you use your card, the networks log exactly what you bought, where you were, and how much you spent. For years, foreign card networks routed this sensitive data to servers located in the United States, far outside the jurisdiction of local regulators. This data allows companies to build precise profiles of your wealth. By analyzing your spending, they categorize you into wealth brackets and sell that information to advertisers, who then target you with manipulative marketing specifically designed for your income level. In April 2019, the Reserve Bank of India issued a major mandate to stop this data export. They required all card networks to store Indian consumer data strictly on servers physically located within India's borders. When MasterCard failed to comply within the deadline, the RBI took the unprecedented step of banning them from issuing any new cards in India until their local data infrastructure was fully operational. The growth of domestic networks like RuPay is more than a matter of local pride. It is a strategic move to ensure that spending data stays within the country, protecting citizens from foreign surveillance and targeted behavioral manipulation. Credit cards are inherently dangerous if you understand the rules. The wealthiest users treat their cards as tools to extract rewards, free travel, and cash back, essentially making the bank pay them for using the card. However, there is one rule that cannot be broken. Never use a credit card to withdraw cash from an ATM. Unlike a retail purchase, cash withdrawals trigger immediate, heavy penalties and interest charges the moment the bills leave the machine. Using credit effectively means only charging what you already have in your savings account. This strategy allows you to use the bank's capital for 40 days, while your own money stays in your account, earning interest, until you pay off the balance in full at the end of the cycle. Check the cards in your wallet and look past the logos. Are you using that plastic as a tool to gain an advantage, or is the bank using your desire for status to extract interest from you? Financial independence requires seeing through the illusions of the banking system. If you want to understand how the rest of the economy really works, subscribe, and we'll investigate the next hidden trap together.